What's up, y'all? It's your boy Gerald. It is the day after Christmas. I'm back at work. How was your Christmas? Was it good? Did you get everything that was entitled to you that you thought was going to come down the proverbial Christmas tree? Was it harmonious? How about that time? Time spent with loved ones. Priceless, ain't it? It truly is. Now, this isn't the video that I'm going to put out for 2014, but this is a reflection of where you're going. That's right. That's right. Put this video out for you. Now's the time that you reflect on where you've been. Take that time to look at all the hardships, all the selflessness, and all the things that you truly gave from a pure place. Think about it. Now, you do understand that your higher power makes a way when there is no way. And you're pretty sure have seen signs of that play out. But I'm here to tell you one thing. Let's reel this back in a little bit. See, you're getting ready to start a new chapter in your life. That's right. That's right. So, you're aware of that. You've already making notes of things that you want to do. But you also know that you have to come to that decision point too, don't you? Yeah, you do. So this message to you is this. It's time for you to stand up. That's right. It is time that you stand up and validate your conviction. See, every time you take a point to not allow the voice that is found within your spirit to not be heard, it is an action that unfortunately will not be validated, and that is causing you the conflicts that you find within your heart, because it doesn't validate the things that you feel, but it definitely shows you through the reality that you're going through, right? You do understand that. It's time for you to stand up. It's time that you make sense of everything that you're doing. So, when are you going to let that fear go? Huh? When are you going to truly love yourself? Listen, I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But I want you to know something. If your higher power didn't love you, you wouldn't be where you are now. So you're going through a period of sifting through the things that you know and trying to make sense of the things that have been shown. And all you want to do is be happy, right? You want to live harmonious. But there's a price for that. So the question I ask to you is, when you going to stand up? Don't you deserve it? Don't you know that angst that you feel in your spirit is your self-worth and voice that is saying, I deserve my entitlement? That entitlement comes from your higher power. So when you going to stand up? There's somebody saying right now, you know what, Gerald, I don't want to rock the boat. I just want to go with the flow. But how has that worked out for you thus far? When you're going to stand up? You got to ask yourself that. Is everything that you do, if it has no validation to it, you're doing it for nothing. You're doing it in vain. Some of you are actually at the point you're starting to see not only where you've been, but you're not seeing the harvest that you put into your actions. Some of you may have gotten to a point where you actually see where the numbness first began. You see where the seeds that were planted had maybe possibly caused you to compromise or worse, misguide your steps. When you going to stand up? When you going to stand up? See, when you base your life on the things that have truly no value. And I tell you, everything that is created through man's hands is given an expiration date. That is why, my queens, you know that when you have someone that may give you something sparkly, it will catch the same attention that a baby would when you bring it a new toy. It has its purpose, but it does not last because it does not validate your self-worth. It actually puts a price on it. So when are you going to stand up? You got to be honest with yourself. But more importantly, you've got to love yourself. I know somebody's thinking right now, there's a person saying, right, you know what? All I want to do is for her to understand exactly how I feel and understand my point of view. When you're going to stand up. See, if you don't put the effort in, you're not going to get the result out. But we all have free will now, don't we? Some of you have gotten to a point of that you see things so crystal clear that the fear has gotten you frozen. When you going to stand up? You're not put on this earth to suffer. Do you see that? Why you think that the people that truly mean you no good or do not have great intentions tend to come and go out of your life like cutting on a light switch, only to show you something and disappear? Why? Because you're not standing up. So if you're not standing up, you're really falling for anything. You're doing a disservice to your worth. My queens, you know how I feel about you. Every day that you wake up that you do not have a properly placed smile that adorns your self-worth, that is a day that you didn't stand up. So, I hope your Christmas was great. I hope it brought you peace. Because what you fail to realize is 2014, it is going to be the dawning of a new chapter of your life. It is going to catapult you 1,000,000 miles from where you first began. As you know, as I always say, you're not who you once were. You're not. And the decisions that you make today is going to impact the person that is trying to get you to see that you have worth. See, that person that is in your future, the person that you're going to become, is depending on you making sound decisions. So when are you going to stand up? I know I'm talking to somebody. If you're waking up only to be broke up, if the tears that are falling from your heart don't match the tears that are falling from your eyes, there's something wrong. So when you going to stand up? It's time that you start loving yourself, claim your conviction, and define your self-worth. But please, when I say this, it cannot be interpreted or mastered from a place of negativity. That is why every time that you take a position of that, you always get the things you don't want. Why? Because it's not desired. It is not the things that you need. Because the things that you need are authentic. I think you're priceless. But until you stand up, you cannot truly understand your worth. As I always say, God is praying for you. You know I am. Have a blessed day.